Go ahead and click that. Now it will say the what is the significance over there. It's going to be always 0.05 unless I said something else. Okay. Now we have the X column here. We typed it in already. And we have the Y column. We typed it in already. Okay. Now unless I ask you to change this, it's always going to be the first column is going to be your X. The second column is going to be your Y. Okay. Now click evaluate. Now this is what you're seeing here. Now if you see this, I need to use this. Okay. This is what we want here. Correlation results here, right? So correlation coefficient R here is going to be 0.51. That's your coefficient. Okay? Now if you look at the next one here, the critical R over there, that's the Pearson coefficient. So if you look at the insert, you will see that exactly the same value there. If you go to the table A5, and it's going to be 11, and the alpha is going to be 0.05. If you go there, you will see 0.602. And that's what you see over here. Now, you have to compare their value and which one is the greater. So if you come over here, so your coefficient is what? So your coefficient R is going to be 0.517. And which is going to be less than 0.602. So you failed to reject the null hypothesis. Okay? Failed to reject null hypothesis, meaning that if you go to the formal hypothesis test here, if you're going to fail to reject the null hypothesis, that means there's no linear correlations. Okay? So going back to the original, the claim from the loggers, there are absolutely no significant correlation between number of fires and the acres burned. Okay? Is everybody okay how we are going to go through this? Okay? So make sure that you type in the first two columns. Usually the first column is X and the second column is going to be Y. Then you evaluate them. Okay? And the correlation coefficient, that's your coefficient R. Then the critical one is going to be the Pearson. Then you're going to have to compare these two. Sometimes this one's going to be negative. That's why I put you into the absolute value here. Always has to be positive. Your coefficient, that is. Okay? And compare them. Then whether you're going to find out whether you are going to reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. If you reject, significant correlations. Fail to reject, no significant correlations. Are we clear? I do not want, I know that's, I had a, even though I give you guys, this is a past classes that I had, that I, clearly indicate that do not find the coefficient by hand. And I have students who still doing that. Okay? So on the take-home exam, if I ask you to find the linear coefficient, use the StatDisk. Okay? I don't want you to do that by hand. I will ask you, if I want you to do anything by hand in the next exam, I will tell you. Okay? Other than that, everything has to be done in StatDisk. Are we clear? Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of questions here. Okay? I want you to run this, then copy and paste. Okay, you can do that. Copy and paste on the Microsoft Word and put it onto the Lab 7. Okay? All right, let's just do that. Okay?
Do we stop?
Oh, you're the one who did it?
Yeah.
Where'd she go?
Right
Oh, you
here.
can turn it off. Yeah.
Okay.